Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Yo, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Very happy today to be joined by Hook. How you doing today, Tyler? I guess we got to call you Tyler. You're an actor.
Going on, Brian. Yeah, Tyler, Hook. I'm either or.
You know, when I was talking about you being on the show, somebody actually goes, "Does he talk?" Because of course the character doesn't say much. But the fact of the matter is that you do talk, and I think one of the things that we should talk about is your character, because you're the son of Taz, and he's certainly got a character, an over-the-top, larger-than-life character. And, from everybody I've ever talked to, you are Hook. What you see is what you get. Would you say that's a fair description of yourself?
Yeah, I think so. I think the character is just an extension or a piece of the person I really am. So, yeah, I feel like that's accurate.
When did you first decide that you wanted to get into wrestling? Did you always know?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. When I was a kid, my dad told me to be anything but a pro wrestler when I grew up.
Sounds right.
So, it wasn't necessarily the plan from younger at all. However, I was an only child and super close to my father forever. So I always took a deep interest in wrestling just because it was what my father did. And, I would come up with my own ideas of what I thought I would do if I were a wrestler and stuff. But then, once I got older and I wanted to use my athleticism and creativity to make an income for myself, and I started to take more serious the idea of, hey, maybe I could really do something with professional wrestling. And I developed a more hardcore vision and started training. And yeah.
So like when you were a kid and you came up with ideas for yourself, I mean, did you envision like some wacky, outlandish wrestling character, or did you always kind of have in your mind, like, did you gravitate towards wrestlers that were kind of like, I don't know, a Bret Hart or something, somebody who was just like, they're a wrestler. They don't have some wacky gimmick. They're not a garbage man or whatever. That's just who they are. Did you always knew that you wanted to be this Hook?
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like, in wrestling and outside of wrestling also, I'm always drawn to characters where kind of a less is more, like, tasteful mystique developed, like that makes you ask questions about them, that make you like wonder about them. And those are the type of characters that I found interest in, and in wrestling particularly, yeah, I like a more realism based character, more like real fight type of vibe, as opposed to too gimmicky of a character. That's just my personal taste.
So this film that actually just premiered June 14th, Money Talks, that's basically kind of the character that you play in that movie, correct?
Yeah. So the character in that movie, so the character's name is actually Mystery Man. There's no name for the character. However, yeah, I'm a collector, sorts. I'm owed money. I'm coming to get it.
When someone's owed money, they go grab a Hook. That's the way it works. How did you get into? I mean, this is not like just some some student film or whatever. I mean, this was the Tribeca Film Festival. It's the real deal. And how did you get involved in this?
Yeah, so my best friend Tony Mucci, the director of the film. We were roommates in college, and we actually dropped out together. And he went on to focus on directing and working in music videos and things of that nature. And I went on to focus on pursuing professional wrestling. And now this is us coming back, and this is his first film that he's working on, as well as my first film that I'm acting in. And, when we were in school living together, we were talking about ideas for this film back then. So it's really cool to see it all come to fruition. And everything that we said we were going to do, we've done. And it's just a really good feeling. And it's really awesome doing it with such a close friend.
So what does that mean that you dropped out together?
Well, we were living together in college, and we both were embracing each of our individual visions, right? And kind of led one another to believe that, wait, we don't need to be a part of this system that we've been a part of forever, and we can go out there and take a chance to make something of ourselves. And we were kind of tired of seeing other people do that while we were sitting back, seeing them do it, and we wanted to take a chance for ourselves.
Hey, if you love this clip, have I got a deal for you? WrestlingObserver.com. Do you have a commute? Do you work out at the gym? Do you like listening to audio on your headphones or your earbuds or whatever the kids use today? Well, WrestlingObserver.com will give you all the audio you'll ever need in your life. Over 15,000 audio shows. Every audio show that we have ever done, dating back to 2005, is available for subscribers at WrestlingObserver.com. Every time a new show comes out, you can podcast it directly to your phone. If you have a commute, as noted, if you go to the gym, if you like to lift weights and listen to Granny review soap operas, well, WrestlingObserver.com gets you full access to all of these shows and all of these archives. You can go back and listen to TNA reviews from 2010. You can go back and listen to reviews of every WWE pay-per-view, every big story that's ever happened in wrestling. You can get access to that at WrestlingObserver.com. Plus, full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter every week. 40,000 words of news and information in pro wrestling. Why get all your scoops off Reddit, which aren't even accurate most of the time? Go right to the source, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. You also get Observer archives dating back to 1990. So check it out today. Thousands of issues of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Tens of thousands of hours of audio. All for $12.99 per month or as low as $9.99 if you sign up for a year. You'll never run out of audio if you subscribe to WrestlingObserver.com. So head up there, check it out today, and I'll talk to you again after a while.